think everybody's here and it's 4 o'clock. Thank you and welcome. We are back in the meeting and opening up the regular section. I want to welcome everyone to the meeting. We acknowledge that we gather at Santa Rosa Junior College on the territorial traditional land of the Pomo people, past and present, and honor with gratitude the land itself and the people who have stewarded it throughout the generations. JC Board of Trustees will be continuing to hold all board meetings for the rest of this year as scheduled, and during the current COVID crisis, we will be conducting meetings as we have been via teleconference with board members participating from remote locations. No in-person attendance is accommodated or permitted, and thank you for your patience. Our board is committed to the continued education and safety of our students, faculty, staff, and community stakeholders. Public comment will be allowed at appropriate times, either during the general public comment section or as part of the regular agendized items. Attendees, please wait to speak until you are allowed to by the host. Trustees, as usual, in order to make a comment, please use the raise hand function or raise your hand and I will call on you, and at which point then you can unmute yourself. As always, the board requests that presenters keep all presentations to the following time limits: 3 minutes for public comments, 5 minutes for monthly updates, and 8 minutes for board presentations. And voting at this meeting while we are remote shall all be by roll call. Thank you. In closed session, there were no reportable actions. So we are moving on to the approval of the minutes. So I need a motion and a second to approve the minutes, please.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Do we need a roll call for this? I think so. So we'll have a roll call vote to approve the minutes.
Student Trustee Toscano.
Aye.
Trustee Banuelos.
Aye.
Trustee Fishman.
Aye.
Trustee Candy.
Aye.
Trustee Lindley.
Aye.
Trustee Martinez.
Aye.
Trustee Battenfeld.
Aye. Thank you. All right. This is now the general public comment time period for people who wish to speak to items that aren't on the agenda. There was the option to submit comments by email or phone prior to the meeting. Zara, have we received any?
Yes, Board President Battenfeld, we have 3 so far.
All right, we'll do those. And then of course, if other people want to comment, please raise your hand. It's a button on the bottom of your screen. If you're dialing in for the meeting, please use *9 on your phone to raise your hand, and please make sure you state your full name for the minutes when giving your public comment. So do you want to have the first person, Zara?
Yes, we have Dr. Stanzania Talley and Nikki Slovak for the first public comment.
Okay, thank you. You can unmute yourself and give your comment, please.
Thank you, Board President Battenfeld, members of the board, Dr. Chong, college community. It is my, I'm Jane Saldana Talley. I'm Vice President for Academic Affairs here at the college, and it is my pleasure tonight to introduce you to Dr. Nikki Slovak, who is a member of our behavioral sciences anthropology faculty. And I'm introducing her because she has been recognized in a very special way. When you are 26 out of the entire country, one of 26 out of the entire country, it's something to be celebrated. And I think celebrating women in academia is a really important thing that we do. And since some of the comments about Dr. Jill Biden of late, I think it's important for us to recognize women in academia, particularly those in community colleges. So Dr. Slovak, let the board know about how you were recognized earlier in the year.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here and see people. I've been on sabbatical for an entire year. I had a COVID sabbatical, but so it's very nice to interact with folks at the JC again. Yeah, as part of my sabbatical, I had applied for a Mellon American Council of Learned Societies Community College Faculty Fellowship. As Dr. Saldana Talley said, they award it to 26 faculty around the country, and I feel very fortunate to have received one. And the fellowship is for $40,000, and it's for humanities or social science research. I'm an archaeologist by training, so I focus on ancient South America. And I have been researching orphaned museum collections, so collections that were excavated more than 100 years ago, when archaeology was not as ethically minded as it is today. And a lot of these collections remain unanalyzed, unpublished. And so the fellowship is funding my research into these collections, many of which contain skeletal remains. And so ethically, I think it's very important to revisit these collections and tell stories of these people. So unfortunately, a lot of the research that I had planned to do at places like the Field Museum in Chicago and the British Museum and Harvard were curtailed by COVID. But I am hopeful that come late summer and potentially fall, I'll be able to carry out some of that research. And hopefully the fellowship can be extended because of the pandemic. But it is just a tremendous honor. I was really floored to get it. I feel very proud to represent the college in this way. And yes, as Dr. Jane said, it feels really good to be a female academic representing community colleges and really showing the public what a community college instructor in the 21st century looks like. So thank you for recognizing me today. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Then I think we have a public comment from Catherine McGee. Catherine?
Yes. Hi, I'm Dr. Catherine McGee. I'm the Interim Associate Dean of the Associate Degree Nursing Program on campus. And I wanted to report about the success of the mass vaccination clinic that we were pleased to offer in the Race Building. We were able to do the first doses on January 30th and 31st, and the second doses will take place February 27th and 28th. This was a close collaboration between health sciences and student health services based on the requirements for health sciences students to be vaccinated to satisfy their state mandated clinical hours for program completion. All of these students are engaged in direct patient care, which places them at high risk for COVID-19 exposure and infection. Our clinic had two components. The first was medication administration, which required obtaining the vaccine and supervising the vaccination room. It was provided by Student Health Services. The Moderna 2-dose vaccine was obtained by Public Health by Dr. I don't believe she's a doctor, but she should be, Rebecca Norwick, who heads up our Student Health Services. I did the monitoring and logistics component of the clinic, which encompassed orchestrating the Race Building screening protocols, the pre-assessments, the staffing the room for CDC mandated monitoring, checkout, and providing safe, socially distant flow in and out of the building. All volunteers and participants wore face shields and masks when they were in the building, and all the OSHA requirements were met. The clinic was a success. We vaccinated over 160 students and had no reported adverse reactions. And I'm proud to say that 91% of my students are now vaccinated, and the statistics for the other programs are very, very similar. I want to thank all of the 20 licensed faculty who volunteered each day and the 16 of our graduating nursing students who were part of the vaccination team, and they're pictured there. We feel, like Dr. Fauci, that vaccination is a game changer in fighting this pandemic. I want to thank the SRJC administration, particularly my dean and student health services for helping to put this together. It was absolutely the right thing to do at the right time. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have anyone else for public comment?
Yes, President Battenfeld, we also have Brad Davis with a quick announcement.
All right, Brad.
President Battenfeld, board members, and college community. I'm Brad Davis. I'm the Dean of Workforce Development. And it would be remiss of me if I didn't mention that February is CTE month. And I wanted just to share a few highlights of what we've been up to in career education here at SRJC. Sonoma Clean Power endowed the SRJC entrepreneurship program with $150,000. And the goal was to award students with entrepreneurial ideas with grant money to help them get their businesses off the ground. This year, the third annual pitch competition for Sonoma Clean Power's Spirit of Entrepreneurship Grant Award will take place on May 20th. It's like the Shark Tank. It's really pretty cool to watch. Our very own Vanessa Luna Shannon was one of the featured panelists for the CTE Month Lunch Series hosted at the CTE Foundation. Vanessa highlighted SRJC's impressive dual enrollment data and shared upcoming early college career education experiences. She was joined by the principal of Laguna High School, who boasted the new articulation agreements underway between SRJC and the West Sonoma County Unified School District. Mackenzie Galindo, one of our intrepid CE counselors, is seeing a major increase for appointments for the last 2 semesters with students interested in CE certificates. In spring 2020 alone, 100% of her appointment slots have been booked for the first 5 weeks, which is pretty exciting. In partnership with the Redwood Empire Electrical Training Center, which is one of our apprenticeship partners for a long time, we're helping promote their Start Your Career in the Electrical Industry webinar later this month. And I really want to thank Michelle Boropogi and her team for helping to promote this. And this is just a snippet of what all the goings on in career education here at SRJC looks like. But look for an email coming from Dr. Sadani Atali's office with more detailed information about CE, our accomplishments, and what's ahead for us in the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comment? I don't see anyone. So, all right, I'm going to close public comment. Thank you. It's always great to hear good news about all the great things that are going on at the school. So thank you for keeping us informed, everyone. Now moving on to Employee of the Month. And I'm going to turn it over to Michelle Vidari to make the presentation.
Thank you. Good evening, President Battenfeld, Board of Trustees, Dr. Chong, and college community. I'm Michelle Vidari, and I introduce to you Employee of the Month, Andrew Grotto Bachman, Student Success Specialist with the Petaluma Student Success Department. Though I'm new to the Petaluma campus, I'm not unfamiliar with Andrew as a teammate. I've collaborated with Andrew in equity and retention work since he was first hired. As you'll learn tonight, there's no better job title for Andrew than one that leads with student success. In his work, it's evident that he leads with the very concept in mind in all that he does. Andrew leads a variety of initiatives within his coordination of the student success teams and is able to align goals and package it impeccably for a robust student experience. He does this while also managing detailed reporting requirements to ensure outcomes for each initiative can be articulated and funded appropriately. His colleagues are in agreement and happily shared their videos through video, or their thoughts through video.
Andrew, I have no arms. Congratulations. Woo! How you doing, buddy? Woo! Andrew, we are so proud to work with you. We are so proud to know you. We wanted to send our congratulations to you on this honor, and we're going to do it round robin style. So here we go.
All right, I'm first. Well, Andrew, you are one of my favorite sweet and salty colleagues consistently. You're fun to work with. You always keep it real, and you're definitely one of the best student advocates I know. I love your dry sense of humor. That brings the right tone to a heck of a lot of things that go on in this college. So felicidades. Good job, Andrew.
Hey, I'm gonna take the mic from Amanda and say, my brother from another mother and another skin color. It's all good. I miss you, dog. Congratulations. You finally took my award. It's all good. No, but we love you and thanks for everything you've done, man. I miss y'all down in Petaluma for sure. I miss sharing our like wall office that really wasn't a wall, it was like a fake wall. So I heard all your conversations. So I know all your secrets. So if you don't surrender the award, another award to me, then I'll make sure I'm releasing those statements to TMZ. Anyways, congratulations, my brother, and God bless.
All right, my turn. Congratulations, Andrew. You are an all-around great guy, and I so enjoy working with you. You're genuine in everything you do. You always have a smile on your face. And I know from the bottom of your heart, you're really out there working for our students, and you always have our students' best interests at heart. And so I'm so grateful to have you as a member of the Petaluma team. Go Petaluma, and we love you, and take care. Congratulations.
Andrew, I cannot count the number of students who have reached out to me and been like, who is this person? And I didn't even know this existed. You are like the secret sauce of our campus. We are so grateful for you. Yes, anding everything everyone said. We are so lucky to have you. You are a mentor to our students. You are a friend to all of us, and you really innovate and bring some great ideas to our community. So thank you for all that you do. This is so well deserved. Congratulations.
Andrew, I'm so proud to work with you. I'm so proud to know that you're one of SRJC Petaluma's finest. I'm glad that the district is recognizing it. I knew I was going to like you from the moment I met you because you were just as high strung as I am, and you were just as committed as I am. And so I love your passion. I love your energy. I think you're amazing. I'm really excited about the work that we're going to do this semester and every semester that we've worked together. So from all of us at SRJC Petaluma, the best campus in the district, we're just going to say, congratulations, Andrew. Yay!
Congratulations.
Yay!
Some of my favorite things about Andrew are that he values doing things the right way. He thoroughly thinks through every situation, and he isn't afraid to ask questions. He brings a rule-following smile to my face every time I get to work with him.
I appreciate Andrew's dedication to our processes and procedures. He follows them 100% and makes my life so easy.
Andrew has been a coworker and friend for over 20 years, and I value his hard work and dedication to the Petaluma campus and the district. His students are so blessed to have him as a mentor, and I'm so glad he's part of our SRJC Petaluma family.
Congratulations, Andrew.
We love ya.
Andrew, congratulations on being Employee of the Month.
We can't spell success without you, Andrew. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Hi, Andrew. It's Matthew Long here. In your new office to be in the new Student Center, this is where your home will be. Really here to express my gratitude to you for all you've done for making our Student Success Program really a model throughout the entire state. You're awesome, and thank you so much for all the work that you've done to make us stand out and look good. Appreciate you, buddy, and all your work. Bye.
Andrew, thank you for everything you do for our students and for the Petaluma campus. On behalf of Media Services,
Congratulations.
So how lucky am I to be his new supervisor? Andrew, in your honor, SRJC gives you a plaque, a $50 gift card to Copperfield Books, SRT tickets, and a gift card to Culinary Cafe. And your SRJC Petaluma family supports you in your new cooking endeavors. And we have a $200 gift card to Sur La Table for you to explore your passion. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you. Good afternoon, President Battenfield, Dr. Chong, board trustees, and the college community, and thank you for this Employee of the Month award. When I first came to Petaluma campus as a student 20 years ago, never imagined that this work, that I would be standing here, or I guess Zooming here with you today. It's pretty wild to think that we get to work that I get to work down the street from where I grew up, getting to help students on their educational journey. Education has been an important part of my life, and I credit my time at SRJC with helping me figure out my career path. Although my name is on this award, the path I've taken to this point would not have been possible without the support that I received from those around me. First and foremost, I want to thank my family, my wife Haley, my daughter May, for supporting me and believing in me, and my folks for showing me how fulfilling it can be to have a career helping other people. Secondly, I want to thank my Petaluma family for all that they do to help me and my team be successful. So Byron, Matthew, Kate, Maria, Janet, Heidi, Whitney, Amanda, Art, Denise, Deb, Elias, Lilia, Petaluma faculty, and the rest of the Petaluma team. Thank you for making the Petaluma campus such a fun place to work. And lastly, I want to thank my team of peer coaches, Adrian, Eman, Jacqueline, Martine, Jelly, Louise, and Steph. I enjoy the opportunity to work alongside you. One sec, sorry. You all inspire me to push me to be my best. And without you, this work is not possible. Know that your input is shaping what SRJC is and what will be for current and future students. So thank you.
Thank you, and congratulations. All right. Thank you. And now we will move on to monthly updates, starting with the Board Finance Committee, which is, I'm the chair, so I'll go ahead and read the report. The Board Finance Committee met yesterday on Monday, February 8th. The committee approved the September 4th, 2020 meeting minutes as submitted. The remainder of the agenda consisted of reviewing our 2019-2020 audit reports for the district, the SRJC Foundation, the Measure H general obligation bond performance and financial audits, and the district required communications. Senior Manager Aspen Cloud Hall of Gilbert Associates, the firm contracted to conduct the external audit of the finances and fiscal reporting of the district. She went through the various audit documents, highlighting the various changes and other noteworthy items and answering the questions that arose. All of the audits received an unmodified opinion, which is the best possible opinion. So we want to thank everyone on staff who worked on the audits. The committee especially thanked Linda Close, accounting manager, for all of her hard work on the audit, especially all the challenges of working in a remote environment and doing the audits. It was great work and really good reports. The committee also heard an update on Governor Newsom's January budget proposal and the details of the district's allocation of funds from the Federal Coronavirus Response and Relief Supplemental Appropriations Act of 2021, which was the last stimulus bill, which was approved. And that is my finance report. Now we have a SRJC Foundation report from Trustee Fishman.
Hi, I'm going to be reading some really impressive numbers, so stay tuned. The Foundation Board approved a strategic plan for the foundation at its board meeting in November. The plan will guide the foundation for the next 3 years through 2023. The new vision statement for the foundation is to elevate our community to new heights through the power of philanthropy and the promise of higher education. There will be a brief presentation of the plan to the Board of Trustees at a future meeting. The foundation continues to facilitate 8 different fundraising programs with a total goal of $6.7 million for the Petaluma campus, agricultural and natural resources, STEM, the new student housing project, and various athletic programs. Over $1.8 million has already been raised towards these efforts. As far as events are concerned, we continue to operate in a virtual world. The Friends of the Petaluma Community Trust is planning a virtual fundraiser event for June 3rd. The annual President's Address will also be a virtual event this year and will be held on June 14th. The foundation is conducting a search for a new finance and business associate. Juanita Banuelos moved back to Mendocino. Check current employment opportunities on the SRJC website or visit the SRJC Foundation website staff section for a link to the announcement. Through December 31st, the foundation has secured $4.3 million in total funding for students and program support. This is $700,000 better than last year at this time. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Yes, great, excellent news. Our students especially need the help. All right, and we now have a report from the Ad Hoc Racial Justice Committee. Trustee Martinez.
Hi, hope you can hear me. So we met on February 3rd, which was Dr. Chong's birthday, and we failed to sing him happy birthday. So happy belated birthday. I got really excited. We have 12 members, internal and external. And in addition to that, there's 3 board members and the board president and Dr. Smotherman, who is our director of institutional research, is actually joining our meetings. And that's a great thing because we have a lot of questions in regards to data. We did provide, this was our first official meeting as an ad hoc. We did provide them with information, data, our Black student demands, Black information, some information about our college already and things that we have been doing. I would like to say that it was a great meeting. We do have representation from all over the county, and we have some alumni. We have community members, others from other institutions like Sonoma State. So the meeting went great, and we are looking forward to our next meeting. We discussed objectives and goals, and that took most of the meeting. And at our next meeting, we're going to be actually condensing our objectives, and hopefully we will be working on 1 to 2 objectives throughout the year. And as a board and as the ad hoc committee, we want to ensure them that we are really basically taking all of their recommendations, listening to what they have to say, so that as a board, we are planning to be action focused instead of just listening and another committee. But we made that as a clear commitment to them, and so we look forward to our next meeting. Just like Maggie, I'm going to put it a plug in. We are still looking for 1 student member, so we have only 1 representative. We know that when we made the call, it was mid-semester last fall. So if you are interested, please email us, and we are still looking for 1 student. It would be great if we could have a student from one of the other campuses, because we do have one who is representing, that is from San Jose Junior, the main campus. So if there's anybody interested, please email us, Frank, Sarah, anybody, and just put ad hoc and that you are interested in participating so that we can be in touch with you. Thank you. That's all my report.
Thank you. College President report, Dr. Chong.
Thank you, President Battenfeld, and good afternoon, everybody. I wanted to welcome 2 new members to the JC family and community. Dr. Jeremy Smotherman is joining us as our Senior Director of Institutional Effectiveness, Research, Planning, and Grants. And Dr. Smotherman's hit the ground running, and we're happy to have him. And I'm sure you'll be hearing him present to the board in the very near future. Also, Mary Catherine Oxford, who is our new Dean of Library and Learning Resources. Mary Catherine also comes from the South. There's a migration to the North, and really excited about having Mary Catherine join us and provide us some steady leadership in our libraries and Learning Resource Center. The vaccine, that's what everybody's been talking about. And I'm happy to and pleased to announce that JC employees who are over 70, as well as 70 and over, are starting to get vaccinated, as well as faculty, staff who are working directly with students and teaching in classes. I really want to appreciate the work of Kate Jolly, who's been really leading the effort and coordinating the logistics. And we're going to continue to advocate to get all of our employees vaccinated, which also leads us to when are we going to reopen? And I just want to emphasize to everybody that the reopening is going to happen in a very deliberative process, and it's going to be incremental. And we are going to be working, as we have been all throughout this pandemic, with our faculty leaders, with our union collaborators, and to make sure that we lead by science and safety first, as we have throughout this pandemic. So you will be hearing more progress as we go along. And we've already made a decision to do summer remotely, but we will have a number of classes available at the Public Safety Center, as well as lab classes throughout the district in the science areas. I also wanted to plug PDA Day. Our Professional Development Day is this Thursday, February 12th. Really want to encourage people in the public and the faculty and staff to participate. We normally have our Towser's lecture, but we're going to defer that. And we have a wonderful speaker from UC Berkeley Ethnic Studies Department, where I graduated from, is going to be the speaker. So I appreciate that. Also want to recognize Black History Month and the wonderful program that's been developed at the college. You can find out all the activities and lectures and performances on our website. And finally, I want to also wish all of my peeps a happy Year of the Ox, a happy Lunar New Year. It begins Friday, February 12th, and it's a 2-week celebration. It's going to be, of course, different than normal, but it's a Year of the Ox, and it should be a good year for everybody. So that concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we have a bond update from Serafin Fernandez.
Good evening, President Battenfeld, Board of Trustees, Dr. Chong, esteemed SRJC colleagues and community. I'm proud to report that we continue to move forward full steam ahead with our construction Measure H projects, and also in a very COVID-19 safe approach. To date, we have had no cases of infected workers are on any of our projects. So we are very diligent about making sure that all workers are following safety guidelines. So to begin my report, do want to give you an update on our projects. We are wrapping up our Student Life project at Petaluma. The project is substantially complete and they are working on punch list items now. I was glad to see Matthew Long there at the new Student Life offices. They're going to be amazing. Can't wait till we get people in there working. Our project manager is working with the staff to select furniture now for the spaces. The Science Edition project is complete. We are working with the faculty to set up the equipment and have it ready for use. We continue to work on the construction center. We've had our first meeting with the user group. The schematic design is scheduled to be complete actually next week. And we're continuing with land surveying and geotechnical site studies. So we're on schedule for this project. It's moving along rather successfully. As Shown Farm, we continue to work on the strategic plan for the facilities at Shown Farm. The barn upgrades are looking great. The new roof just started to get installed. The exterior painting is continuing. And the produce processing facility construction continues. And we will start construction on the relocated portable buildings classrooms in about a week. So that's also moving along just well. At the Santa Rosa campus, the Towser Gymnasium renovation design phase is moving along. We were successful in submitting to the state the schematic design, which will be in review for about a month, and then they'll give us permission to proceed with the remainder of the design. So our first phase of design came in within our estimated budget. And we continue to work with the CAT department as well as the facilities and operations in the next phase of design. Pioneer Hall, the Intercultural Center tenant improvement work has started, and it's moving along pretty fast. So we're excited to have this project complete in May. and hopefully ready for the fall semester. If you've been on campus any time in the last couple of days, you will have noticed that we have it pretty torn up in almost every corner of the campus. The Center Plant project continues to move along with a lot of the underground utility installation work. The Emeritus Circle Improvement Project also has completed demolition, and they've started the preparation for the new sidewalk, new curbs, and also the new roadway on the west side of Emeritus Circle. One thing that I do want to remind everyone is that we currently have the CEQA document out for public review. That will be for the proposed pilot program to close the Elliott Street in front of Emeritus. That public period started on January 22nd, and it will go through February 22nd of this year. If there are no issues that are raised from that we can't mitigate from this public period, we will bring this document for your approval next month in March. The CAD Phase 2 project has also started demolition, and they're moving right along. Langley Center for STEM Education, the demolition is complete, and the construction team is now preparing the site for site remediation and ground improvement work. So that's going rather well in light of the bad rains that we've had. All of our projects actually have done very well through this rainy season. And then one completed project, the library first floor of media services area is complete. We've actually had one order of furniture already delivered, and we're waiting on the second one. So the notice of completion should be coming to you next month to wrap this project up. We have 11 items on the board on the agenda for your approval today. Several change orders, all of them within safe and conservative percentages. In addition to the change orders, we have an amendment to QKA Architects at Schoen Farm. That's to address the additional work that DSA required for the approval of that, the classroom project. We are also presenting the notice of completion for the Science Edition project in Petaluma for your approval. And then we also have an amendment for TLCD Architects for the construction trades building project in Petaluma. We are going to shift a little bit of the delivery on the construction delivery for this project. Instead of design build, we are going design bid build to align ourselves with the federal procurement procedures. This amendment doesn't change anything to our budget. We're simply shifting the cost from the construction phase to the design phase. So the structural design will now be taking place during the design by TLCD Architects. So that's the increase to this contract. The Baker Hall Lab renovation project, we had a very successful bid with 8 bidders. The low bid going to Holly and Associates, and we're asking for your approval for the $1.6 million bid. This bid is actually under our estimated budget, so we're happy with these results. And then we're also asking for your approval of our moving services vendors. We conducted an RFQ that provided 5 responsive proposals, and this basically approves all of these 5 vendors to be on our short list to solicit for future moving work in all of our Measure H and other capital project department projects. This does conclude my report, unless you have any questions.
Any questions from board members? All right, thank you.
You're muted.
Well, I think I'm next. I'll just jump in. Is that all right?
There we go. Yeah, go ahead. My internet was stopped. Thank you.
Excellent.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Dr. Chong, President Battenfeld, Board of Trustees and college community. It is my extreme pleasure to be with you today. I'm Dr. Matthew Long, and this is my first time, I think, addressing you fully in a site report as Executive Dean of the Petaluma campus, SRJC Petaluma, and just honored and thrilled to provide some information to you today. Knowing we don't have a ton of time, I'm just covering highlights and also noticing, right, that Seraphin and others have covered some really interesting and important things that are happening on campus. Let me go ahead. Just to highlight some of the instruction that's occurring on the Petaluma campus in spring 2021. We have 9 science labs going on right now and 2 public safety courses that are happening. And just giving you some pictures there of the temperature screening, which is this wonderful high-tech computerized heat sensing and safe procedure where students are self-assessing and providing a safe distance between each other. Huge kudos to go to our Lisa Stagnoli and Scott Lerbeer science faculty and the deans that are really going above and beyond and have created amazing procedures that keep our students and faculty and staff safe. Another honor to announce that we will be moving the Fashion Studies program to the SRJC Petaluma campus. Couldn't be more thrilled to have the Fashion Studies faculty and students on our campus. It fits well into our CE portfolio and certainly into what we enjoy, the wonderful pageantry shows that will be available to folks. Right now, we are looking at a temporary move until some other moves on campus play out and find them some permanent space that we will hope to kind of renovate and make sure that fits all of their needs. Happy to report with the changes that came with my position and the elimination of the Dean of Student Services, we have really finished our student services restructuring that went into place on February 1st. Michelle Vidari coming to us from the Santa Rosa campus to become the Director of Student Engagement and Support Services, taking over a good amount of my former duties. We have Denise Cooper, who becomes the Manager of Enrollment and Student Services Centers, which is a bit of a new model of efficiency, moving lots of our student services together. And Denise is heading a lot of that up and taking on some duties around Title IX and some other things, conduct backup, and just couldn't be more pleased. Deb Zacconi moving into the role of Manager of Support Services, really helping to support the Career Hub and other services that really needed some attention. So I couldn't be more pleased with the team that we have, and they're doing great work. As was announced by Trustee Fishman, we are moving our community breakfast to a virtual cocktail fundraiser on Thursday, June 3rd from 5 to 6. We are currently seeking sponsorships, and already it is shaping up to be some really exciting programming with Ken Wayne from Cron 4 agreeing to be our MC for the event. And so there's lots to look forward to there, and you'll hear more from us in a future update. As was alluded to, we are one of the county sites for vaccination. It opened up actually today. They were hoping to do about 300 folks a day in vaccinations. It is by appointment only, and the county is the manager, but in fact, Petaluma Health Center is our provider, and we work closely with them, as you know. They're open Tuesday through Saturday, 9 to 6. We're happy to be of service to the county in that way. And then finally, or moving towards finality here, we have the Construction Training Center as Seraphin Fernandez just mentioned. TLCD is engaged in the schematic design right now, and we have engaged the CE faculty in designing the lab spaces to meet their academic needs. We have an April due date for that programming section. We also engage with our community partners, meeting with them regularly to discuss apprenticeships and how they will engage our students. We are hoping for that opening in fall of 2023 for the construction center. And Catherine Williams, thanks so much to her work for leading us. And then finally, we are engaged in design with the Design Guild of Petaluma for our branding work. And there's lots more to share coming up with that, but this PowerPoint was an example of some of their beautiful and colorful work that will help signify our campus. And that's my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Student trustee report, Jocelyn.
Hello, good afternoon, Board of Trustees, Dr. Chong and the SRGC community. I apologize for two things, the noise you hear in the background, first of all. Second of all, also for not being at the board, the meeting last month due to some health problems that I had to take care of during that week. So a couple of my reports are that I want to thank the SRJC and Student Health Services actually through my job as a peer with the Peers Coalition. I was able to get vaccinated, and so were the other peers. And I encourage others to do so if they're able to with the tiers to protect each other. One of the things that I'm working on right now is helping to plan the METRA conference that will be virtual, of course, this year due to COVID as well, in March to bring resources to students from education to culture and many more. So more information will come out soon. I'm also working on a workshop along with many others that are happening during Black History Month to introduce the new therapists Nadine Henley and Corey to more students. The workshop will be on the stigma and obstacles in the Black community. So those are a couple of the things that I've been working on for this month. And I think that's most of my report.
Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, do we have any other board member comments? Yes. No. Okay. I'm Dr. Chong mentioned it, but I also just, want to remind everybody that it is Black History Month. And there are a number of excellent programs that are open to everyone that are going on. There we go. We just want to encourage everybody to participate. Elevating the importance of Black history in American history and in world history. I especially want to thank everybody who's contributing and supporting these activities and events, not just with these month's events, but all the work that they are doing all year as it should be. So thank you. And this is available online. Check out the events and participate. And again, open to everyone, open to the community. I also just wanted to mention that several of the trustees and I have been attending several conferences. There have been several, again, all virtual state conventions on how to be effective trustees, and especially on legislative advocacy. There was one a couple of weeks ago that the state was doing about how we could advocate better for the college to get more support from the state. I'm attending a conference this week that's a national conference on what kind of advocacy we can do at the federal level, especially some of the changes with the new administration, which so far are very positive in terms of some of the recommendation. The keynote speaker, in fact, at the national conference this week has been a well-known community college teacher, Dr. Jill Biden. So hopefully we're going to get some good help and assistance for the college. And then my other comment is, just so I don't get in trouble like Trustee Martinez for forgetting birthdays, a happy upcoming birthday to Trustee Martinez, who has a significant birthday in just a couple of days. So happy birthday.
The big 4-0 people. Big 4-0.
See, I didn't forget. We just forgot Dr. Chong. All right, so now we will move on to reports, starting with the Academic Senate, Julie Thompson.
Okay, thank you. Hi. Board President Battenfeld, members of the board, Dr. Chong, and college community. I think my report today is short, so we'll just jump right in. First, there are additional changes in the composition of the Senate's Executive Committee. We have created 3 new positions, including an Officer of Equity, an adjunct seat, and an at-large seat. Lauren Service, regular faculty member in and chair of the English department, has joined the Executive Committee as our Officer of Equity. Laura Aspinall, Disability Resources Department, is the new at-large Senate exec member, and Jessica Bush from the Counseling Department is our adjunct Senate exec member. This expanded team is allowing us to get a lot more work done and also integrate the work of the Senate with committee work and other things across the college. I would also like to thank Dr. George Salou for serving as the Senate's parliamentarian during the fall semester. He has stepped back and will continue serving as a senator, but we will miss his voice and his guidance in his parliamentarian role. We thank him for his service. Regarding guided pathways, the Senate had previously voted in support of all of the work group recommendations. And as the Senate has endorsed numerous projects and resources are finite, both labor and money resources, we have prioritized the list to tell us where to start. The Senate feels strongly that we should begin with work on the college's website, focusing on both the student experience and usability for all. And it was the student experience of the website that, that ranked the highest out of all of the recommendations. Next in priority are program mapping, alignment of course sequences, and dynamic scheduling changes in support of students. And then there are additional rankings, but those are the ones that are at the very top of the list. AFA will be negotiating on behalf of the Senate and other faculty members so that we can move into the design and implementation phases. On Friday, January 29th, the Senate held its spring retreat. The theme for the day was, how does the Senate enact equity in interactions, discussions, and decision-making? And Lauren Service and Lori Kuwabara from the English department, both of whom have extensive experience facilitating equity work, facilitated many of our sessions that day, and we thank them for the gift of their time and their expertise and their good minds and their good hearts. Our sessions included work on defining and orienting the Senate toward equity, imagining an equity embodied Senate, and cultivating a Senate culture that enacts equity. Let's see, at the January 20th meeting, the Senate voted to recommend that faculty members be required to pursue professional development in equity, diversity, inclusivity, and anti-racism. We continue to work on this subject, and our current discussion is engaging with the question of the types of professional development opportunities that the Senate will recommend. Finally, we are hearing from the faculty and from students regarding the intersection between technology and student privacy. The issue includes many threads, among them concerns about the student experience and student safety, faculty members' responsibilities regarding creating environments that are conducive to learning and teaching, and more. And I look forward to working with members of the SRJC community to learn more about and respond to these concerns. That concludes my report. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Classified Senate, Debbie Weatherly. Where's Debbie? Debbie?
I'm here.
Okay.
Good afternoon,
Welcome.
President Battenfield and Board of Trustees, Dr. Chong and colleagues. And I at first apologize for being so mysterious and not being able to see my face, but I am working from the office and doing my daily job. And so I just wanted to make sure that you know that I'm not trying to hide anything here. The Classified Senate had our monthly meeting on Friday, and we were thrilled to have Caroline Banuelos join us. She shared about her experiences on other boards and some of her goals that she has while she's here, and we appreciated her being with us. We would like to invite other board members to attend one of our Senate meetings in the future. Just let us know so we can add you to our agenda. We also had admissions and records, Mitch Lehigh and Vida Smith, attend to update us on changes to the FERPA policy. And there was some lively discussion on just updating us on some of the regulations regarding FERPA and information that you are not allowed to give out. So that was really interesting. Sarah Jones from the Sustainability Committee joined us with an item about divesting from fossil fuels, and she was seeking our support in a letter to CalPERS with this request, and we will be voting on this at our next meeting. Currently, we are coming up with creative ways to connect our classified, and Dr. Chong has been very supportive of this idea with using Zoom to connect outside of our regular meetings to try to have some fun with our classified. PDA is this Thursday, as you heard, and we are excited about the workshops that will be available to our classified for professional development. And I'd like to just end with happy birthday to Dr. Chong and to Mariana. Take care and have a great day.
Thank you. Now we have a report, Student Government Assembly, Delachey.
Good afternoon, everyone. President Battenfield, thank you, and other Board of Trustees and Dr. Chong and the Community College. SGA has been thriving. We've been getting through this COVID time and still trying to be progressive and moving forward. We have had issues come up with cameras in the classroom, which I had a real good meeting this morning with people who I feel are going to put us in the right direction. And it all starts with dialogue. And I think the dialogue started. So that's really good. We also been concentrating a lot on scholarships because we'll be working towards the end of the year. I am happy to say that I've raised quite a bit of money for scholarships so far. You'll hear some more about that possibly in the next meeting. Also, we have kicked off our BYOB, Bring Your Own Business Expo, that we're going to be working with all of the Chamber of Commerce's within 100 miles radius in all directions to bring more benefits to the Club Card Premium. The person who's really just kickstarted it all with us is our new member, Bria Tillman, who is our new VP of Marketing at SGA, and she just took off running and she's doing really good. I had 2 meetings with the SSCCC this weekend, and I'll be writing stands for the Cal Grant reform and also for the financial aid reform. So it was really cool to meet with all the regional people and see how we can make changes, not just at SRJC, but regionally. So I thought that was really great. For Black History, I just want to put it out there, put that little plug in for BSU. We are having a panel on February 23rd, and we are going to have the famous Shirley Keene, daughter of B.B. Keene, Sakia Hooker, the daughter of Johnny Lee Hooker, and Tony Saunders, who is the son of Mel Saunders. Mel Saunders toured with the Grateful Dead. And then just today, I got confirmation that we will also have Josh White, who is the third, who is the son of Josh White. So it's pretty cool that I went to an event earlier and his father was mentioned. So that was pretty cool. And I just really want to thank my team that I've been working really close with as far as Pedro, Robert, and Genevieve, and our glue that keeps us together, Zach, for making SGA just as strong as we have been this year, considering all the things that we've gone through this year. It's remarkable that we even have an SGA that's still together, but I think it's the strong commitment, our creativity, and our care and our courage. And it's been hard, but we're doing it and we're succeeding, I feel. And thank you. Oh, my bad. Happy birthday, Dr. Chong, and happy birthday, Mariana.
Thank you. AFA, Sean Martin.
President Battenfeld, trustees, President Chong, esteemed colleagues, and members of the community. It's great to see you all. I'll begin by noting AFA is initiating a process to consult with the faculty on plans for eventually reopening the college to in-person instruction and services. Principal among our aims, as with President Chong's comments, is to ensure safety of faculty along with all members of the community, while also restoring quality in-person instruction and allied services on which many programs and students depend so badly. To this end, on February 18th, from 1 to 3, AFA is holding the first of what we expect to be numerous listening sessions. This session will provide all faculty members an opportunity to share their concerns and offer their ideas on how to expand in-person services and address continuing conditions caused by remote services. We ask those faculty members who can attend this listening session do so, and any faculty members unable to attend are encouraged to contact the AFA office directly, or they may share their ideas with any AFA officer or member of the Executive Council. We'll be considering all faculty input carefully as we prepare for negotiations with the district and addressing any impacts and effects relevant to the district's decision on how to proceed in the summer and fall terms. In addition, we support the efforts of our classified colleagues in SEIU to robustly pursue the interest of their members, and we welcome input from student and district leaders on the same. We look forward to continuing our conversations with each of these groups as we forge an equitable return to something approaching normal operations. AFA is currently in negotiations with the Faculty Association of California Community Colleges, or FAC, on terms for a possible renewal of our contract for the next academic year. FAC is one of the two groups we work with on issues at the state level. The other one is CCCI, the Independent Union Consortium. Of current interest to both faculty and the college community as a whole is our effort with FAC to encourage legislators to increase the proposed COLA in the governor's budget for community colleges to the K-12 levels, and also eliminate the problematic policy contingencies that the governor attached to this year's COLA. On that latter point, it's vital that we oppose the growing practice of statewide leaders, including the governor's and chancellor's office, of conflating desperately needed funding with an intrusion on local democratic processes. We trust you, our locally elected trustees, as well as our colleagues and students engaged in local shared governance, to know what's best for our community. So we hope you'll join us in this effort. Faculty members interested in supporting this effort may take advantage of the user-friendly advocacy feature on the FAC website. As noted in previous reports, AFA continues to work productively with our affiliates in North Bay Jobs with Justice. We look forward to numerous opportunities for potential partnerships that promise to provide support for our programs serving our most vulnerable students and their families during these trying times. There's some really great stuff going on, and I look forward to reporting on more on that in the future. AFA applauds and remains engaged with the effort to improve our enrollment management at SRJC. We're also consulting with our colleagues in the Academic Senate to determine pedagogically sound class sizes in preparation for negotiations with the district on that issue. Further, we'll continue to advocate for restoration of our schedule of classes, fewer schedule cuts, and where necessary, more rationally targeted schedule cuts. We're convinced such efforts will improve conditions for student success, while also increasing security for our adjunct faculty colleagues moving forward. AFA is going to continue to press for reforms to our shared governance bodies so they align with labor law. We wish again to thank our Vice President of Academic Affairs and District Chief Negotiator, as well as her team, for working with faculty in this shared interest. Finally, AFA is going to continue to confer with our faculty colleagues in the Senate, along with members of all constituent groups, on an array of issues related to equity, diversity, and inclusion, including professional development, newly established positions on the Senate Executive Committee, special assignments and programs, for instance, related to the new HSI grant, and working conditions related to safety and remote instruction. Our goal is to meet the historical moment while also protecting essential labor rights. Union work is equity work. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. SEIU, Sandy Segala.
Good afternoon, Board of President Battenfield, Board of Trustees, and Dr. Chong, colleagues and community. Want to start out with, just want to say happy birthday, Dr. Chong, belated, but happy birthday. And as well, Mariana Martinez for later on this month. Happy birthday to you all. So thank you for just giving me a few minutes on the agenda today. I don't have much other than basically a continued update regarding SEIU's continuous work here at the college that is routine work, but very important work. SEIU's classified professional general membership meetings, which previously known as brown bag meetings, continues to occur twice a month and different time slots so that all could be allowed to participate. We've always had way over 100 classified participation since we began these meetings twice a month. And it's a good way to address questions and concerns that classified might be inquiring or wondering about. And it allows for an opportunity to ask our executive council regarding classified concerns sooner than having to wait for an entire month. And it has definitely been successful. Our agenda varies from negotiations updates to COVID updates and other subjects that may arise for the agenda to be brought forward to the classified for their information, as well as at times to invite, we've been inviting the VPs of the district, and those are to come forward in the near future again. The classification review study has been in process, and with the classified review committee, along with the SEIU negotiation team, we've been reviewing the process of the protocols to be followed, as we want to assure that the return job descriptions are being brought back with our input of what SEIU has directed along with the district, and how the job descriptions are being processed, and how the job description procedures will be followed with approval of all groups in this process. Also, SEIU continues to work with the district in negotiations of an SEIU full open contract, even though much of our time has been spent on our current emergency issues with the health and safety concerns, dealing with COVID and updates from the county, including vaccinations. And I'd want to thank the health sciences and student health departments for distributing the vaccines to individuals in the health area. Thank you for that. And it was exciting to know that that was happening. And I want to recognize the college's decision to keep our employees safe during these difficult times as we do continue to work remotely. And then finally, our classified executive council had the pleasure this past month to hold 2 introduction meetings with 2 of our board of trustee members, both Mariana Martinez and Caroline Manuelos. This was a great time for us to hear about their work background and interests, and we'll probably ask them to return in the near future, as we were rushed by a time schedule and not able to continue further discussion. So we'll look forward to seeing them return again in the future. We also we will also be requesting future invitations to the remaining board of trustees. So be on the lookout with an open ear, so we can meet with you and hear about your interest for being a board of trustee member as well. So thank you for your attention, and this ends my report.
Thank you. And then management liaison, Sarah Lagos. Welcome.
Thank you. Good afternoon, President Battenfeld, members of the board, Dr. Chung, and college community. My name is Sarah Lakis, and I'm the co-chair of the Management Liaison Group and the Director of Alumni, Annual Fund, and Corporate Relations for the SRJC Foundation. It's impossible not to feel hopeful at the start of a new semester. Even after everything we've been through this past year, it feels a bit like we are starting to see the glimmer of dawn after a very long season of darkness. I want to start off by acknowledging the great news we received Monday morning regarding the start of vaccine distribution for all educators age 70 or older, and to all SRJC employees who are currently working in person with students. While we have waited patiently, or not so patiently, for news from the county about the vaccine rollout, we are grateful for the district's and Dr. Chung's continued advocacy on behalf of SRJC employees to ensure our inclusion in the county's distribution plan. I can't imagine how difficult these decisions have been at the county level to determine how to roll out vaccinations and how much they have changed day to day. And I'm sure it was probably a bit like sausage making. But thank you to Dr. Chung and our administrators for once again validating the value and importance of an SRJC education in our community. I want to also applaud the efforts that you heard earlier by our health sciences managers led by Tammy Sakanashi, Catherine McGee, and Rebecca Norwick to secure vaccines to students in these areas. It's an important step for the college's ability to provide the necessary workforce for our local healthcare systems. Seeing the start of this distribution to my fellow employees gives me hope and a bit of jealousy, but I'll be patient and wait my turn, that we are beginning to move toward the light at the end of the tunnel. And as we move towards that light, we recognize there will be significant planning required in whatever the return to campus and reopening plan involves. If there's one thing I have seen over the last year, it is the district's commitment to ensuring the health and safety of our employees as a core component of all major decision-making while balancing the needs of our students. I know we will continue to move forward with those core values as we think about how best to serve our students and keep our employees safe when we start to reopen. There is so much of the business of the college that continues on even during these strange times. That gives me hope too. There's comfort in consistency and routine. There's pride in knowing we are meeting our mission. And there are plenty of parts of our college that are open right now. And I want to recognize the great advocacy of some of our deans and our senior administrators for securing county approval to open more in-person classes for spring semester. I want to acknowledge our deans jumping in to support the first week of classes with temperature checks, and send a very big thank you to the classified staff who are currently on campus fulfilling their work every day while practicing social distance and masking. While our student services and academic affairs components often receive the most spotlight because of their direct engagement with students, this organization would not function without the IT professionals, HR, accounting and finance staff, facilities workers, custodial staff, and police officers at all levels. They are truly the backbone of this college, providing all of us with the tools we need to be successful in our roles serving students. Finally, I want to also take a quick moment to welcome our 2 new managers. I cannot imagine how difficult it is to start a new position at a new organization in the midst of working from home during a pandemic. But there is something about new managers that always gives me hope too. Their new ideas, fresh perspectives, and willingness to challenge the status quo are so important to refreshing an organization so it doesn't become stagnant and stale. Mary Catherine Oxford, Dean, Learning Resources and Educational Technology, and Jeremy Smotherman, Senior Director of Institutional Effectiveness Research and Planning, undoubtedly will bring innovation and new insights into how to support their areas. We are all eager to meet you, virtually for now, and welcome you to our management team. You are joining a truly passionate, hardworking group of folks, and I know you will find your home and plenty of hope here too. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we are done with reports and now moving on to the consent agenda. And unless anyone wishes to pull out any of the consent agenda items, I am looking for a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Move to approve.
A second, is there a second?
Second.
Okay. All right, so we have a motion to approve consent agenda items 1, there's a long list, 1 through 20.
Yes.
All right, do we have any public comment? All right, and no board comment since it's all consent. All right, we'll have a roll call vote.
Student trustee Toscano,
Aye.
trustee Banuelos,
Aye.
trustee Fishman,
Aye.
trustee Cundy,
Aye.
trustee Lindley,
Aye.
trustee Martinez,
Aye.
trustee Battenfeld.
Aye. Thank you. Now we'll move on to D, the action agenda, starting with D1, personnel actions for February 9th, 2021. Need a motion for approval?
Move for approval.
Move for approval.
All right,
The
so
second.
thank you. Are there any public comment? All right, any board member comment, questions? All right, then we'll have the roll call vote.
Student trustee Toscano,
Aye.
trustee Banuelos,
Aye.
trustee Fishman,
Aye.
trustee Cundy,
Aye.
trustee Lindley,
Aye.
trustee Martinez,
Aye.
trustee Battenfeld.
Aye. Thank you. And we now have D2, December 18th, 2020 to January 14th, 2021 warrants. I need a motion and a second, please.
So moved.
Move for approval.
Second.
Second.
Okay. Any public comment? Any board questions or comment? Now we'll take a roll call vote as, first of all, any abstentions? I think we're going to have one abstention, but roll call vote.
Student trustee Toscano.
Aye.
I
Trustee
believe you're,
Bagnolo.
I believe Jocelyn is abstaining. Isn't that correct? That's okay. We'll
Yes,
move
Sorry.
you're right. You're right, trustee Bagnolo.
Okay,
Yeah, okay.
thank you.
Trustee Bañuelos.
Aye.
Trustee Burns. I'm sorry, trustee Fishman.
Aye.
Trustee Cundy.
Aye.
Trustee Lindley.
Aye.
Trustee Martinez.
Aye.
Trustee Banfeld.
Aye. Thank you. D3 quarterly financial report. I need a motion and a second, please.
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Thank you. Any public comment? Any board member comments or questions? Kate is probably here if anybody has questions. Okay, we'll have the roll call vote.
Student trustee Toscano.
Aye.
Trustee Bañuelos.
Aye.
Trustee Fishman.
Aye.
Trustee Cundy.
Aye.
Trustee Lindley.
Aye.
Trustee Martinez.
Aye.
Trustee Banfeld.
Aye. Thank you. All right, moving on to D4, California Federation of Teachers Local 1946 tentative contract agreement for 2020 to 2021. Motion, please.
So move.
Move for approval.
All right, with second. Okay, I guess Jeff, you're trustee Cundy, you're the second. Any public comment? Board member comments, questions? Okay, roll call vote.
Student trustee Toscano.
Aye.
Trustee Bañuelos.
Aye.
Trustee Fishman.
Aye.
Trustee Cundy.
Aye.
Trustee Lindley.
Aye.
Trustee Martinez.
Aye.
Trustee Banfeld.
Aye. All right. Now on to D5. This is the district Prop 39 bond and foundation audit reports for the year ending June 30th, 2020. I need a motion.
Move for approval.
Second.
Thank you. Any public comment?
I just wanted to publicly acknowledge the fine work of Kate Jolly, Linda Close, and her staff. These audits are very labor intensive, and to come up with an audit for these three areas with no findings is exceptional. It really speaks to how well the district's operating in terms of its fiscal practices, in terms of the bond dollars in our foundation led by Jay Molyneux, and Measure H led by Serafin Fernandez. So I just wanted to say a good job for all those folks in terms of getting a clean audit report in the three major areas.
Good point.
Yeah. Thank you. I agree. The very thorough presentation in the Finance Committee yesterday. Lots of work and a great effort and great results. So any other board comments or questions on the audits? And then roll call vote.
Student trustee Toscano.
Aye.
Trustee Bañuelos.
Aye.
Trustee Fishman.
Aye.
Trustee Cundy.
Aye.
Trustee Lindley.
Aye.
Trustee Martinez.
Aye.
Trustee Banfeld.
Aye. Now D6, Resolution number 3-21, changes to the adopted budget. I need a motion.
Move for approval.
Second.
Any public comment? All right, any board member comments or questions? All right, roll call vote.
Student trustee Toscano,
Aye.
trustee Bañuelos,
Aye.
trustee Fishman,
Aye.
trustee Kendi,
Aye.
trustee Lindley,
Aye.
trustee Martinez,
Aye.
trustee Banfeld.
Aye. All right. Thank you. We're done with D, and now we're moving on to E, which are information items. First one is the SRJC Petaluma's Yoga 200-hour teacher training certificate. Regina Guerra, welcome.
Thank you. Hello, Dr. Chung, President Battenfeld, Board of Trustees, and the SRJC community. My name is Regina Guerra, and I am the Interim Dean of Instruction and Enrollment Management at SRJC Petaluma. Today it is my pleasure to introduce Tara Jacobson, kinesiology faculty on the Petaluma campus and coordinator of the Yoga Teacher Training Certificate Program. This certificate offers students a unique learning experience for both professional and personal growth, as well as aligning with the requirements of the International Yoga Credentialing Organization. With that, I will turn it over to Tara Jacobson to tell you more.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me to share this work with you all. So yeah, I'm in the kinesiology, athletics, and dance department, and I coordinate the yoga teacher training certificate and also the fitness certificate. And I work on the Petaluma campus. So this is a Petaluma campus certificate. As Regina mentioned, this certificate is approved as a register, or the certificate is approved, and we are an approved registered yoga teacher training school through Yoga Alliance. And Yoga Alliance is the national registry for yoga teachers and yoga schools. So back in 2017, we went through the process for approval. We were approved, and we are designated as a registered yoga school at Yoga Alliance. When the students finish their certificate at SRJC, they bring that certificate to Yoga Alliance so they can get their credential, their registered yoga teacher qualification. Our curriculum is 10 units, and we modeled each class after the core curriculum categories of Yoga Alliance. So we have each class indicating the different components that they want these yoga teacher training schools to cover. And we have ours in a model where we have one class a week at night, and then one weekend a month. And that went over really well with enrollment. Students were needing to take classes at night on weekends, and it actually utilized our space really well. That fitness center that you saw where the vaccination clinic is, that's where we do our yoga teacher training program. And so being able to utilize it on Saturday and Sundays has been great. And then that one night a week, so that they have that consistent connection with each other. Another unique part about our program is that we have a full semester of a teaching practicum. They have an option of being a teaching assistant in a yoga class at SRJC, and they get practical experience leading others through yoga techniques, or we have partnerships with community centers where they can have an internship experience where they get hands-on experience teaching yoga. So another thing that sets us apart is the accessibility of our program. A lot of the private programs out in the community are extremely expensive and cost prohibitive for students to be able to get their yoga teacher training. They're typically $2,500 to $3,000. So that's a huge amount to incur when you're just getting started teaching, you know, class by class and building up your yoga classes. So looking at our 10-unit certificate, it's $460 for tuition plus textbooks. And they're required to do weekly yoga classes as well throughout, which a lot of them end up taking a yoga class here at SRJC. Our instructors, we all have to meet Yoga Alliance standards to teach in a yoga teacher training program approved by Yoga Alliance, but we also not only have that, but we also have our masters in kinesiology. So Another unique part about our program is we do a lot of more emphasis on the evidence-based strategies and the health benefits of yoga and bringing those together. We also do a lot on proper alignment and biomechanics and how to modify and make practices work for all bodies and all populations. And so we spend a lot of time with that with our kinesiology background as well. Our program is pretty flexible compared to other private programs. Usually when you sign up for a private program, you sign up, you got to do the whole thing at that schedule, where ours is per class. So they could take as many classes as they want. If they did it full time, they could get done in 2 semesters, but they can take it, 1 class at a time if they want to do it that way. And because of the high demand of the program, we now offer all classes, both fall and spring. So students can start in the fall or the spring semester. Another thing that turned out to be a really great thing is when we went to all online, all of our instructors that teach in this program also have the online special expertise designation by SRJC. So although it was a lot of work to transition this really physically active CE program, we were all very capable of doing that. And I think the way it turned out really great. And the students are having a really positive experience. In fact, it's gone so well that Yoga Alliance has approved fully online programs for the time being. Before they limited to the amount of time that could be online. And we'll be interested to see if they now say, okay, you can have a fully online program. And if that's the case, the faculty have considered doing a face-to-face hybrid, which is kind of what we did before, track, and then also an online track, because we find we're really reaching students out of our geographic area, or some students start the program and then they move and then they're able to finish up. So just offering a little bit more flexibility for students. Sorry, sometimes I don't quite get the right button there. So this is a great picture of us on Zoom that we did. We actually did this for we haven't done much marketing work. It's just been word of mouth, but we did a little push. In the beginning of January, we did a press release and some social media, and we definitely saw a difference in that. So if we could have more time and effort in the marketing, I know that the word can really get out on this and it can really grow. But in the meantime, we did a little bit, and I'm noticing the difference, not only enrollment, but also I'm getting a lot more inquiries by email. So who are students? A lot of working adults. Some people retire and come back and they want to teach yoga in their retirement. We have full-time college students. We even have a high school student this semester in our classes. I mentioned that I also coordinate the fitness certificate. So a lot of the fitness certificate graduates come back and they do the yoga certificate so they can add to the modalities that they teach and more tools in their tool belt. And just vice versa now. The students that are going through the yoga program then learn about the fitness program, and then they add that on as well. And they start careers in all different avenues: community centers, schools, yoga studios, fitness centers, you name it. So since we started the program in fall 2017, we've had about 51 graduates. And like I said before, the demand's really high, the classes fill, and we started to offer a second round of classes so that they can take each class each semester. What is the job outlook? So if you look at the labor market data, it's going to indicate fitness instructors versus just yoga instructors. So you got to go into the fitness realm, and then it puts the yoga instructors in that category. But as we've seen for a long time, the fitness industry continues to grow, minus the fact that we've had a little setback during COVID. I am assuming that once things go back, people are really going to be flooding because they're going to want to get back that health and wellness that they may have lost over this time. More businesses are recognizing the benefits of health and fitness, and they are growing their employee wellness programs, which definitely include yoga. Aging baby boomers, they're the largest demographic group of health club membership right now. Also, with the reduction in physical education programming at school, a lot of parents with a growing concern of childhood obesity, we start to see more kids getting involved in these after-school programming, yoga, fitness, or even joining health and fitness centers. So I wanted to touch on too, because we have the fitness certificate, we have the yoga certificate, we do have a lot of the graduates asking, are you going to do the next level? So we do the 200-hour And there's a next level called the 300-hour more advanced teacher training. You add that on to the 200-hour to become a 500-hour designated yoga teacher or registered yoga teacher. So that is a possibility down the road. We also, Pilates mat and Pilates reformer certifications are also extremely costly, just like the yoga certifications in the private industry. So it could be a similar program like the yoga where we have a 10-unit Pilates mat certificate. And I can imagine that a lot of our students that have taken the other programs would be interested in adding on this specialty as well. And then bar fitness was also brought up as a growing area of interest. I want to just give you just a few stories of our graduates, just so you can kind of get a sense of who they are and where they're working. So Lise Mosley, she went through our fitness certificate really early on, I think like the inaugural year back in 2011. And then she went on to get her bachelor's and master's, and she continued to teach at fitness centers. And eventually she got a group fitness director position, and she was overseeing yoga instructors. So she came back and got her yoga teacher training with us, and she's going places. She's high level now, working within Rolling Hills Club and in the administrative level, and she's done really well. Maite, I actually had her as a TA, and she is doing online Zoom private classes right now through a private Facebook group. She also does gentle yoga classes, meditation, self-esteem workshops, all in Spanish. And a lot of these students agree to take on current students as mentors and to help them with their internship practices. Priyanka is another student. She is the founder of her company Prana Zone and helps a diverse group of people throughout Sonoma County. Her focus is on therapeutic sessions and at the Trauma and Rehabilitation Clinic, where she works mostly with veterans and first responders. And she helps people with chronic stress and PTSD cope with their stress and manage pain. She also teaches at Assisted Living and Memory Care Center. And our own Barbara King used to work at SRJC. She is doing this in her retirement. She teaches gentle and chair yoga for the Sebastopol Senior Center. They also take our students as interns. So that's a great experience. And she's getting ready to do a gentle yoga class at the Petaluma Health Center. Sorry about that. And she has a weekly meditation group. So you can see they're doing all kinds of great things within the community. Here's a picture of the 2018-2019 cohort class. Here are some resources if you wanted to learn a little bit more. Yoga Alliance is the registry. Then there's the details of the SRJC program. You can get to that through the CAD, through the Kinesiology, Athletics, and Dance Department. And we are now working on growing our social media presence by having a way to follow us on Instagram and Facebook. And I'll just take any questions from here if you have any for me.
Thank you. Thank you. Sounds like a great program. Thank you very much. All right, we also have a report, information report on student financial services and a program update on them. And I think Dr. Pedro Avila.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Board President Banfeld, members of the board, Dr. Chong, and the college community. I'm Pedro Avila, I'm your Vice President of Student Services. As we all know, the COVID-19 pandemic has created many challenges for our students and their families. Over the past year, our financial aid office has awarded over $3 million in emergency grants to students who incurred expenses or suffered loss of income due to COVID-19. Unfortunately, the federal government provided some of this money, but through the CARES Act, but it came with limitations. They excluded undocumented students, non-credit, and international students. So as you can imagine, this created a huge concern for us since some of these populations have been heavily impacted by COVID. I really want to take a moment here to recognize and thank our foundation for providing support for the student populations that were left out. Through the support of our foundation with our local private funds and in combination with some other state funding, we were able to award close to $500,000 in emergency grants to undocumented students. and an additional $300,000 to other students who did not qualify for the federal emergency grant. So thank you, Jay and team. We really appreciate all you do for our students. I also want to take a minute and just recognize the hard work that's happening in our financial aid and business office, who have been extremely busy reviewing and processing thousands of emergency grant applications. And they're doing it as quickly as possible while still trying and having to juggle their day-to-day duties. So I just want to say thank you, and we appreciate everything that you're doing for our students. And with that, it is my pleasure to introduce Rachel Kutcher, who's doing an excellent job as our interim financial aid director. And she's going to provide you with an annual financial aid update. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Pedro. I appreciate that. President Battenfeld, Board of Trustees, Dr. Chong, college community, I am pleased to present this information to you today. I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen. I'm going to give you a financial aid update and give you some information about what we've been doing during quarantine. So I'm going to start with some enrollment trends just to give you an overview of kind of a baseline of where we are. Talk about scholarship awards being dispersed, financial aid applications and awards. Talk a little bit about SRJC for free, the CARES Act and emergency grants, and student financial services during quarantine. So just so we have a baseline of understanding of where financial aid applications are, I wanted to bring this information to the forefront that the enrollment trends for the last several years have been downward. And of course, with COVID-19 and the pandemic, we saw a significant decrease in our enrollment for fall. So just for an overall understanding of where we are when we look at all the financial aid numbers. So with scholarships, we'll start there. Really pleased, as Pedro said, the great work of our foundation in raising funds to support our students. We've seen an upward trend in the dollar amounts of scholarships being awarded to students. We have both our foundation awards and our Doyle Scholarship Program. And the Doyle Scholarship Program has been growing steadily over the last several years. And we've had a lot of program enhancements that we've implemented over the years. In particular, you'll notice this year that while maybe some of the other numbers are decreasing, our Doyle numbers are increasing. And last year, the scholarship committee recommended and the board approved that we allow for scholarships to be awarded to students less than full-time. So that was new for the 2020-21 academic year, and it was just in time. That change, we couldn't have foreseen the need for allowing students less than full-time to get these scholarships. And it's made a significant difference in the number of students who were able to receive their Doyle Awards. So this slide shows the number of first-year Doyle Scholars. So we're looking at our traditional high school age students. These are our new high school grads. So this is the class of the 2021 numbers is our class of 2020 coming in. And those students represent about 46% of the first year traditional age students who are attending the college. So I also like to see that we're going upwards there. It's our goal to get up to 50%. We're set back just slightly this year, but I know that we'll make great strides going forward. So then transitioning a little bit to the financial aid applications. So these are FAFSA submissions, and you'll see that we were in an upward trend also in the number of FAFSA submissions. We were doing some really fantastic work in person with financial aid awareness. February is actually Financial Aid Awareness Month. We've had financial aid fairs and really getting the word out for students to submit their financial aid applications. And we know how important this is because the Pell Grant recipients, this is how students get their Pell Grant, is through the FAFSA submission. And the Pell Grant recipients are part of our funding formula. So it's really important that we get the word out there to students to submit their FAFSA so that we can evaluate them for their Pell Grant eligibility. So this downward trend that we see here is we're really in line with the national data. So nationally, FAFSA submissions are down 2% for the 2021 academic year. And in California, the FAFSA filers has decreased by 2.5%. So us being down 2.4%, we're right in there with the national and state average. So this is where we see a significant decrease is in the amount of money dispersed. So while the applications are coming in are right about the national average, the amount being dispersed has significantly decreased this fall. And that has a variety of factors. So one, when we have fewer students enrolled and fewer students who are Pell eligible, they're enrolling in fewer units as well. So the FAFSA and the Pell Grant is based on full-time enrollment at the highest level. So students who are enrolling in fewer units are getting less of that Pell Grant dollar. Also, when they're enrolled less than full-time, their cost of attendance decreases, and this is where the expected family contribution comes into play. So some of those students who have a little bit higher expected family contribution may not get the full Pell amount. So there's a lot contributing to this decrease. Looking into these numbers, about 54% of our students were full-time and 46% were less than full-time. So that's why you're going to see that tremendous dip. We're hopeful in the coming year that those numbers are going to go right back up to where those into that $6 million range. We're really pleased with the number for our promotions for the SRJC for free. This was a promotional program that was launched in 2018-19 with the state's Promise Grant program and working with our public relations department to really brand what we have that's so unique at Santa Rosa Junior College, which is the Doyle Scholarship Program. So we're able to leverage the state grants with our local program to really entice those first-year students, those coming right out of high school, to come to Santa Rosa Junior College. So in the very first year of the award program, you'll see that we awarded a total of about $2.5 million for first-year students, first time full-time. And that increased by $1 million in the second year and increased by $1 million again now in the third year of the program. Little note on the 2021 numbers is that that's awarded. We won't know our final numbers until we close out the year. So that number may decrease a little bit, but still we're making significant gains with those first-year students. And Pedro did talk about the emergency grants. Our staff was extremely busy last spring and fall reviewing applications from students, their emergency requests, and getting aid out to students just as quickly as we can and just as much aid as we possibly could. We're very, very thankful. I'll just restate how grateful we are for our foundation. Our foundation is tremendous and it's unique in the state. They were poised and ready to go to help our students. So with their aid, we were able to grant almost $300,000 to students who would not have qualified for grant aid otherwise. So students who received foundation grants were ones who were not eligible for federal or state funds. So through the Federal CARES Act, we were able to award almost $2.5 million. And with the California state grants for students who did not meet the federal guidelines, but did meet the state guidelines, we awarded almost $500,000. So $3.2 million, and we're still awarding to students. So we're actively awarding through spring. And with the renewal of the CARES Act, we're able to award students even into the next academic year. So as I mentioned, our staff has been quite busy. So student financial services in quarantine. Our staff transitioned beautifully to working from home. They got very creative in the way that we serve students. We were able to implement electronic form submission. So this was a way for students to submit their documents in a safe, secure manner electronically, and that has increased the access to students and increased our ability to serve them and for them to complete their verifications. We've launched Financial Aid Fridays and Scholarship Sundays, so watch for those posts on Facebook and Instagram. We're mailing out a postcard to all high school seniors. I believe it's actually going to juniors and seniors, promoting the SRJC for free, so that's going out into the households this month. We're hosting regular Zoom hours. We have multiple sessions daily where we're answering students' questions live in a private, secure manner. We're offering virtual workshops to allow them for their FAFSA completions, verification completions, scholarship applications open now. So now's the time for students to be doing that. We're in the middle of revamping our webpage. We're finding that as more of our services, students are seeking us in that online environment, because that's the way that they're going to get to us. That some of our navigation is a little funky. And so we're trying to make it so that it's easier for them to find the information that they need. We did launch our online scholarship application, and that's been working great. As I said, scholarship applications are open now, and that allows students to do everything that they need to apply for scholarship completely online. It allows for our scholarship review committees to access those applications in a secure manner and to review and make recommendations. And then we also offer awards completely online to students. With our financial aid and part of Student Financial Services is Veterans Affairs, and we're partnering with them to make sure that our veteran students also have access to financial aid information and personalized hands-on support. And we're very, very pleased that we were able to add a staff member through the HSI grant, and she's already on board with our staff, and she's thinking out of the box and thinking of ways to reach Latinx students. And so we're really thrilled to have her on board so that we can get the word out to populations that may have been underserved in the past through our programs. And with that, I'll open it to questions.
Well, I have a question.
Sure.
I don't know if you can hear me, Rachel. I have a question. This is Maggie.
Yeah.
Okay, this is Trustee Fishman. And it's not, you know, as Trustee Battenfeld mentioned, that some of us have been involved at the state level with the league and doing legislative advocacy. And one of their focuses is on financial aid and amending some of the requirements to take down some of the barriers of access to the Pell Grants and Cal Grants. So this is not so much a question but I might need some help around this. I would like to make sure what you see as something that would help students is in fact aligned with what the league is asking for our advocacy, or I could make, you know, suggestions. So I'm not asking you to answer this right now because that's huge. But I'm hoping that we could have a conversation later and we could talk about what the league is advocating and whether you think that's correct, or if you have some suggestions for me and Trustee Battenfeld too. So I'm asking for your help to supplement my deficit.
That's wonderful. I would love to sit down and talk with both of you. And there are some very exciting changes coming in the coming years. It's not right away. It'll be for the 23-24 academic year. And there are very exciting changes. So I would like to get in the room with the two of you virtually so that we can talk about the changes that you're advocating for as well.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
That was going to be my question too. So thank you. Anybody else have questions on the board? Thanks for that presentation. And yeah, I'm really glad we're able to do as much as we can to support our students. So thank you.
You're very welcome. My pleasure.
And thanks to all your staff, yeah, and everybody. Sounds like a lot of hard work, but very important and very successful. So thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. So if we don't have any other comments or questions, we have one more information item. It's just the first reading of the revision to Board Procedure 4.3.2 BP, equivalency of faculty. And there's no presentation. It's just being presented, and hopefully everybody reviewed it, the changes online, and we'll do a formal approval at the next meeting. So other than that, I think we're done. Thanks everybody for attending, and have a good rest of the week, and we're adjourned. Thank you.